thing I did was physical therapy. I had just come off a year and a half of migraines. I had tried Toradol, I tried Nurtec, I had tried IV infusions. None of them were doing anything to get rid of the migraines. So I took myself to physical therapy and I did nervous system reconditioning with a physical therapist who happened to know what he was doing. If I had to do it all over again, I would find a therapist who specialized in nervous system reconditioning. For context, I could not do a nerve glide. I had been basically in bed for the better part of a year and a half and my nervous system was shot and nobody knew what was wrong with me. And the act of actually just like extending my arm like that would cause me to get shivers and shakes and lose sensation in my legs. It took me 3 months of going twice a week to get to a point where I could actually extend my arm fully without having sensations or having sensations that I could recover from quickly. It took me 6 months to get to the point where I could start reintroducing other exercises. I tried to do crunches, I tried to do Russian twists, and each time I did, I noticed that when I turned my body left or right, especially from my trunk or from my neck, I would lose feeling in my legs. I would start to feel like I was going to faint and I would get really lightheaded. I did not know that I had jugular vein compression, but this is one of the early indicators. I also did not know I had POTS at this time, and all of these exercises continue to be a trigger for me. The second thing that I tried was Rolfing. I would not recommend you try Rolfing if you have dysautonomia or a heightened nervous system response. The reason being that Rolfing is a practice that manipulates the fascia of your body through kind of like a pulling, tugging manipulation, not like chiropractic, there's no popping, but it's a pulling and a tugging that at the time felt really good because it actually helped alleviate some of my migraine symptoms for the day. But I noticed about a day later that things would just get so much worse because I was overstimulating my nervous system. And at this point, I did not have an awareness of nervous system stimulation. I just knew that I had migraines. So I was trying out every single thing that I possibly could, but I would not recommend Rolfing because the recovery time from a nervous system after it's been manipulated into a certain posture was not worth the very brief moments of relief that I had from it. The third thing that I tried during this period was Reiki. I was a Reiki practitioner, so I figured I might as well just like light up the nervous system in a way that makes sense for me. I would never recommend somebody do this. The reason being is that in Reiki, you are moving energy through your body and out of your body. From a nervous system perspective, you are basically lighting it up to 125. And with POTS, you want to not stimulate your nervous system that much. You actually want to ground it. Reiki has a very heightened state of feeling. People actually say it kind of feels like a Reiki high because you're floating on air. That is not what you want to do with POTS. You want to do grounding practices that allow you to feel your physical body, not feel like you're floating out of it. So I would not recommend Reiki. Come back for part 2.